Walton Beach, the biggest sports signal in the Panhandle.
If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
You've been low-key thinking about dropping a podcast. Well, now is the time to start, brah. Sports, politics, finance, science, health, real estate, music, interviews, surfing, conspiracy theories, or alien abductions. Ready to main character your own content? We can make it happen with Turnkey Podcast Productions from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Our local, modern, state-of-the-art multimedia recording studio is now available for booking, starting at just $100 an episode. Take your fandom to the next level. For more information, text the keyword studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio 215-6290 or jam over to espnpc.com. Bruh.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning. Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Yeah! 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 Will it make me wet? Will it make me sweat? Yeah. Paradise will make you wet. It'll make you sweat. There was a shark attack somewhere, and they shut down the beach for a period of time. It was somewhere. I forgot where was that, though.
Was it like in America? Can we get a little
Yeah, I thought it was close. I thought it was over here somewhere. It popped up. Maybe it was something fake. I don't know, but Julie told me about it.
You think sharks are fake? Fake news?
No. I mean, I read something where they had fired Alabama's defense line coach, which is, it's just, they lie. They put stuff up there just to get your attention, which I think I don't like that. I don't like that whatsoever. But anyway, beautiful month. If anybody knows about this shark or anything about the beach being closed anywhere near us, let me know. I don't think I heard anywhere else. And I think we would have. Or maybe Julie's just lying. I don't know. Anyway, it's Thursday. We got a special guest on here, the Coach of the Year, Coach Brian Norman, Bozeman High School baseball coach. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, yeah, man.
Always a good time.
Love to have you on here. I got so many questions for you. Did you get to Gulf Coast Jam? Did you go?
No, I was actually coaching baseball. I was up in East Cobb in the Atlanta area coaching a travel ball tournament that weekend, so I didn't get to go.
So it never ends. I mean, baseball never ends. Football, I mean, you guys work 24/7. Yeah. It's crazy.
It is. Today we got out of school last Thursday, and since then, today will be like my 8th baseball game that I've had since school let out.
When will you give them some time off? Right before school starts? Or
yeah, we play games the entire month of June. We lift all throughout the summer through June and July. When I leave here in a little while, I got to go to the weight room because we lift every day. We lift 3 days a week, not every day. But I give them the month of July off from games, but we'll still do weight room and conditioning and agility stuff throughout the month of July.
You're looking pretty good. I think you're hitting the weights for a little bit.
I try, man.
Are you running anything or just lifting?
I'm just lifting right now. I haven't been running a whole lot lately. I'm trying to get back into it. I hurt my knee playing pickleball, and that old pickleball injury. So that made it tough for a little while to start running again. But I'm trying to get back into it.
Hey James, anybody gets hurt playing pickleball? Is that? I don't know. I just don't know about
man.
that.
I mean, you got enough, side to side movement. You could pop one of them, like,
I guess.
ACLs maybe.
We raised him. It kind of makes me sad to hear him say I'm hurt. Anyway.
James, you ever play pickleball?
The pickleball.
No. Oh, my roommate in college was down. We went and we hadn't played in years. We never played racquetball. And honest to God, after about 5 points, I thought I was having a damn heart attack. I mean, I had to stop. Because you can walk straight, at a certain pace, you don't really lose your breath.
Yeah.
When you're moving back and forth quickly, kind of like that game, that's different. It affects your body different.
It is. I used to play a lot of racquetball when I was in college.
I loved it.
It was so much fun, so intense. I had that one friend that when we would go play racquetball, it was brutal. We're diving, it was great. I miss playing racquetball.
Yeah. We used to have, in Lake Wells, when we were coaching down there, I played it in high school. Not as much in college, but then we got out, and all the coaches would go down there at Lake Wells. There wasn't a whole lot to do in Lake Wells, except fish and sports, and we played racquetball, and they had competitions down there. They had like an Olympic day where you lifted weights, run a mile, play all these kind of things. And there was one guy I probably couldn't beat, and that was my roommate in college. So he forgot to show up that day, and media was there and everything. Well, I got all these gold. I won it all: the weightlifting, the running, rack. I said we did it all. If he'd have been there, there's 2 things he'd have beat me at, because he outweighed me about 30 pounds. He probably would have got me on the bench press.
Yeah.
But that was back when I was pretty good shape. But anyway, I got to ask you this: and when you see college football, national champ football teams, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. Even LSU in football, the next year you don't see them completely fall apart and go have a losing season. Usually they have a run there for a while, and the great ones keep it going. And some of the ones never get really bad. Now we've seen USC kind of fell off the chart there after a while to win them. Florida State's another powerhouse that's had some hard times. But that was over a period of time. My question, in baseball, why does baseball seem to be different? You see Ole Miss win a national championship, next year not make it to Hoover. You saw Mississippi State win a national championship, next year didn't make it to Hoover. And now, what shocked me, as good and powerful as LSU baseball teams every single year, I mean, they're known for football, but they're also known just as well for baseball.
Yeah.
What did you hear? What happened, and how is it? Why is baseball? Is that normal? I mean, what? Explain that to me, or can you?
You see it a lot in baseball, where teams, they come out, they win something, and then the next year the wheels fall off. I going into this season, I had really high expectations for LSU baseball. It was, they were loaded. They had a lot of good pitching coming in, but then you get into the season, you get a couple of injuries, and for LSU is pitching. It's almost 90% of their problems this year has to do with pitching. They have guys that just don't produce, aren't as effective on the mound, and that really affected them. And then it was almost like with LSU, they got a few big losses early in the season, and the wheels just fell off. They lost some team chemistry. You know, maybe I don't know if there was or not. Maybe there was some bickering going on in the dugout and in the locker room. But, you know, when things go bad, they go bad quick, and it's really, really hard. Baseball's a game, even during the game or during the season. When you lose momentum, it's really, really hard to get it back. You know, players start getting in their head a lot, thinking too much. You know, and they start pressing, in my opinion. You know, they start trying to hit home runs and trying to make something happen. And when you're struggling, that's when baseball players tend to press more. And when you press, it just makes you struggle more. It's just a vicious cycle.
Did you see, James, we talked about that. All the people at Omaha, I feel so bad. All the owners of sports bars, restaurants, they were crying when LSU did not make it out of Hoover with anything. Did you see the pictures? I shared it. I thought that was hilarious.
You need LSU and you need Arkansas. Those are the two schools that go out and they enjoy the jello of shots.
Yeah, Rocco's is probably laying off employees right now and just cutting staff because they know that they're not going to make as much money this year as they did with LSU.
It is not just baseball. When they went to Nashville to play Vandy, they drank the damn town dry.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Absolutely. Just the stadium ran out of beer by halftime.
All right, they had this bad year. He wins the national championship. You got to win at LSU baseball. You got to win. You got to win in football. Look what they've done. They fire you in a heartbeat over there. Is he going to be okay?
I mean, you know, he's definitely going to be on the hot seat for next year. He has to turn things around. He has to compete for an SEC championship.
Every year.
He has to make it to the regionals. If he doesn't make it to the regionals next year, then they'll make a change. They'll make a change quick. They're not going to put up with it.
What do you think's happening at Florida? All this stuff with Sully, off the field stuff, suspended, not coaching, back coaching, and then they get run out of there. They not only got beat, they got embarrassed by Troy. Did you want to ask something? I didn't mean to shut you down.
No. We're good.
Okay, I'm sorry. You think he's going to be okay?
I don't know. I mean, you know, you started off with him taking that absence for a while, you know, so for whatever reason that was for. And so, again, the culture of University of Florida has probably taken a hit lately with Sully, and that shows when it comes to playoff time and when things are really important. And you got a lot of pressure on you. I think it's not looking good over there right now.
Saban was on up in D.C. yesterday talking to the committees, and I watched it, and he did a really good job. He said something that made me think about Florida and Coop Moss. He was talking about how now coaches can just get rid of a player. The players aren't protected. They all go in the portal, and then sometimes a coach will just tell them to go in to get rid of them. So he said, so we're not developing players.
No.
We're not protecting the players. He said the old days you would go out and recruit, you bring them in, and you would develop them over a period of time, and you would make sure they're working towards getting that college degree where they have a better life down the road. He said with the transfers now, what is hurting the kids, and you're going to see it going forward, if they're not going to they're not going to graduate from college, and when their playing career is over, their career is over. And he said if they get that college degree, they got an opportunity to be successful for their entire life, which I think is 100% correct. Saying all that, Coop Moss, I talked to him. I talked to his dad. His dad's been on, and he decided he wants to play. He didn't want to sit on the bench. You got to be seen to go to where he wants to go. And they told him that everything went. It wasn't a money issue whatsoever. He didn't want more money, anything like that. But they had met with the coach, and coach told him, said, look, we're going to bring more pitchers in. We love you. You've done everything we've asked you to do. We just can't promise you playing time.
Right.
So he was like, dang, man, what do you do?
Yeah.
So I see it both ways. I see the coach's viewpoint, and I see the kid's viewpoint. But I just don't like what we're at now in college athletics. I think we should be developing those players like that instead of – if I was an offensive lineman, I'm coaching college football right now, there's no way I'd go sign a high school player unless he was unbelievably good, because I can go get a kid from another college that's already developed.
Right. I mean, from my point of view as a high school coach, you know, we have who we have. You know, there's some transfers in that, but, you know, I look ahead. Like, I know next year, my senior catcher coming into this year, he's a senior. I know I'm losing him. So I know I've got this 10th grade catcher or this 11th grade catcher that I've really got to develop so that I have a catcher for the following year. You don't have that anymore in college because you don't have to develop them because you'll just go get a catcher out of the portal. You know? And
so what's that do to the high school athlete?
It makes it really tough. It really does. As far as, recruiting, high school recruiting, I know in baseball, it's really tough for high school kids to get recruited nowadays. Yeah. You have to go, we have really good players. You have to, the route is the JUCO route. You go somewhere, you're going to play, make a name for yourself, put up some big stats, get somebody's attention, and hope that you get picked up by a bigger school.
And then the Huntingtons of the world, schools like that are starting to get really good ball players.
They are. And so because of that, then, now it's really difficult for guys to get signed. So
we got a caller?
We got Edward on the line.
Okay. Let me say hello to him. Maybe we can give him the whole over. Edward, what's up, big guy?
Hey, what's going on? Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. What do you got for us?
Not much, man. The Spurs lost, but that's another day for another story. But, hey, my question for y'all today is, when it comes to football, and college football in particular, when did it become, I know it's always been a business, but when did it become the inmates start running the asylum, if that makes sense? Because we're giving so much power to these players. When did it become that?
Well, it used to be an amateur sport until a couple players out, and was it in Washington or California? Somewhere out in the West Coast, they decided maybe it was Cal.
Yeah.
They got up with some lawyers and said, we need to be paid. That game, I think it was that game that got it going.
The first team that tried to do this was the University of Northwestern, I'd say about 10, 12 years ago, when the team came together and said, look, we're basically all but in-name employees of the university with all the rules that we have to follow. Why can't we unionize? And they took it to the labor board and everything like that, and it was turned down because they're like, well, you don't get an actual paycheck. But I think that's where this began, was about 12 years ago at Northwestern.
And then out in Cal, I'm pretty sure it was Cal.
I think it was Cal Berkeley. Yeah, Cal.
They wanted. Remember the game? They quit. I think they quit making the game for a while because their image, their numbers, their names were being used, and they wanted to get paid for it. And
the NCAA games.
Yeah. And once the lawyers got involved in it, they found a way to make it destroy the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for these guys getting paid because they're risking their bodies, and in very lucrative situations, people making a lot of money off of it. But the way that it is with just things out of control, it's the Wild Wild West. They've got to get some things under control to get.
It's not really NIL. All it is pay to play.
It's pay to play.
Yeah, you're getting paid to play for that university. You're just not getting a check from the university. You're just getting a check from, Booster Bob.
Yeah, they go around and get all the money out for these big boosters on these different things. They put it in a pot, and they go buy players. And if they did it the right way, like they do in the NFL, like Coke, Joe Namath, back when he played, you probably don't know who Joe Namath is, but back when he played, pantyhose, he got paid by the shaving cream people, the panty. That's really, truly NIL money. Right. The great players would only be the ones getting it, and they wouldn't be that many.
Yeah.
Now, the revenue sharing, that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah. It doesn't have, they can control that. It doesn't have to be so much that it hurts the minor sports, the Olympic sports, and things like that. But I don't know. I just remember in the old days when you got that scholarship, you hit a home run, you won the lottery because, that was it. Man, I got to get that scholarship. You got that, you got a chance to have a good life.
Yeah.
In those days now, it's just different.
No, it's all about getting that paycheck. It really is.
Well, think about our country. Back in the day, you had to get a job, make a living, and not sponge off people that work and the other people that don't work. But the politicians get reelected, figured out, I can go promise everything, and that's how everything got screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no work ethic left in this country like there used to be. There's not. Sadly, there's not.
Everybody gets a trophy, and sadly, it is true. We've got to try to fight that.
I know how to solve all of this. No free lunches. You starve to death. I've never seen a lion make a kill and give half of it to the cheetahs over there that are starving or other animals. I don't know.
The strong survive.
That's right. That's the way it's supposed to be. Oh, we got to take a break. You want to hold on or you got to go?
No, hang on.
Hold on a minute. All right, hang on.
I got one more great question.
All right, we'll be right back. I ran my mouth too long. We'll talk about our sponsors when we get back. 104.3. We got this all-star baseball. Coach of the Year, Coach Brian Norton, Bozeman High School. We'll be right back. 104.3, ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Hey, Drew, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Now, you're excited about winning those Gulf Coast Jam tickets?
I am excited about it. I'm worried about my wife leaving me for Keith Urban, though.
Got a good lineup. It's not just him. I think every day they got some good people there.
Yeah, this is a great lineup.
Weekday morning 7 to 9, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Partly cloudy this afternoon, an evening with a wind around 14 miles per hour coming out of the east-southeast, and the high of 86. Tonight look for a moderate breeze and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 86 and mostly sunshine. Saturday, hot with a high of 85 and some sun. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take the hassle out of pool ownership with Tropical Spas and Pools. Their weekly pool cleaning service covers it all. Water testing, chemicals, brushing, vacuuming, and a full equipment checkup, so you can just relax and enjoy. Ready to upgrade your backyard? They specialize in hot tub spas from entry-level to executive models, starting at $6,599. Plus, above-ground pools like an 18-foot round starting at just $4,295. Visit Tropical Spas and Pools, 3612 West 23rd Street in Panama City.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs, with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5, and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves take Game 2 and take the series. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network morning update.
Tidal Wave Auto Spa is the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves and your go-to car wash destination all season long. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com to find a location nearest you.
Braves pound out 9 hits as they top the Blue Jays 7-3 in Game 2 of the 3-game set. Braves win the series. They're now 17-2-1 this season in series play. Big day for the bats. Mauricio Dubon with a 3-run home run. Ozzie Albies with a 3-run home run.
1-1. Swung on, rattled deep to left field, down towards the pole, and is gone!
8 of the 9 hits the Braves had came with 2 outs, and all 7 runs came on 2-out hits. It was quite the day for the Atlanta Braves. How about Grant Holmes? He loaded the bases with nobody out in the first inning. Still found a way to go 6 innings, only give up 2 earned runs en route to the win. He's now 4-2 on the season. Braves go for the sweep today. Chris Sale gets the ball. He's 8-3, has a 2.01 ERA and an 0.94 whip. Opponents just batting 192 against him. Ford leadoff show at 6, first pitch at 7:15. You can hear all of it right here on the Braves Radio Network.
Are you tired of little radio stations with little signals that drop off at the edge of town? Oh, bless their hearts. This is the most powerful sports signal in the Panhandle. You found the Sports Talk monster. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. If you want a great meal today, get to the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, Thomas Yard. The best seafood, ice-cold beer. Now, if you're over in Lynn Haven, Beef O'Brady's, Pat Perno, City Commissioner over there. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven, they treat you like family. Food's incredible. You're already down that way. Go see Russ, Amber, and Patrick. Get yourself some fine jewelry. David Adams, designer jewelry. They are the best. No, not even close, man. Not even close. Nobody can compare to them. Locals taking care of locals out of Panhandle, Florida. You having a hard time keeping cool right now? A lot of people are. I'm not. You know why? I went with Stevenson Air Conditioning, and so should you. Give them a call. There for you there anytime, day or night. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. All right. We got Edward on the phone. Ed, what's up, Big Daddy? Let's go.
So my second question for y'all today is, did y'all hear about Russell Wilson retiring?
He's going to CBS, right? Going to be a sports announcer on CBS. Yeah. Well, hell, he was getting up there. He he couldn't get around like he used to at one time. I can see that. And he's going to make good money. I'm happy for him.
Well, don't tell that to Aaron Rodgers.
I think I'd be honest with you. I'm a Steelers fan, and they seem to go those old quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And they get where they can't move very well. I think his days are numbered also.
Definitely numbered. But he's going to ride it out as long as he can.
The amount of money being made is crazy. What do you think of it? Do you think he should stay another year? Or you think he should get out of there?
You know, I'm on the fence about it. I get it as a fan. You know, you don't want your heroes to retire, but on retrospect, you got to know when to walk away into the sunset, and you got to accept reality.
Yeah, I remember when Joe Namath went out to L.A., he couldn't even walk, and he played too long. He should have got out there about a couple of years before he retired. He should have got out before then. In my opinion, he was my big hero also.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Who's your favorite college team?
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Seminoles fan all day.
Well,
Bobby Bowden, rest in peace. I was out there. I was interviewed by one of the local news channels when he passed away out there. I was out there, and I was a huge Seminoles fan. Huge.
You know, I told Bill Thomas, Bill was coaching with me then. Now he's the head football coach over Sneeds, and I said, listen, he said, it's never going to be the same. I said, I'll never forget when Coach Bryant died, growing up loving Bear Bryant, loving Alabama football. Even when they win, it's still just not the same. Now, when Saban got there, things were pretty dang good, and you enjoyed that. But you love Bobby Bowden so much, and it's just like his program, he's not there. And it took all those years for we finally got Saban in there, and the younger people, that is their Bear Bryant. For the older guys, definitely. I still miss him. He was my hero, man. I loved the Bear.
Yeah, I didn't know him personally, but I loved him, if that made sense.
Yeah, I knew Coach Bowden. He signed a couple of our players throughout the years. Bowsdack and Lake Wells, we had a center. I think it was 1984, Brian Law. And Coach Bowden came in. He just had the ability to make you think you've been best friends with him your whole life. He was special. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I saw a YouTube video the other day with Coach Bowden, and it was – I mean, it was great just listening to him talk in this YouTube video, and he's still a big part of college football today, even though he's gone.
Tommy Santamont, the county AD, Billy Atkins, and we went there and had lunch with Mickey when they had that brand new stuff built underneath the stadium.
Yeah.
And we went up to see Coach Bowden. Well, he was taking a nap. He was getting old. He took a nap in the middle of the day, not a long one. But he had just gotten up. We went in there and talked to him, and he thought I was Steve Hale, and we didn't correct him. He was asking me about Alabama. Steve Hale coached at Alabama, University of Alabama. But anyway, I love that guy. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
No, real quick. I'm gonna let y'all go. Don't forget to like and subscribe to y'all's channel. I'm gonna keep listening, and y'all have a great day. All right, y'all.
You too. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it, Edward. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Dang, tell us real quick now about the Sharks. I was right.
So, went around looking on the internet, didn't find any concrete kind of local thing other than just one kind of random Facebook post by one person saying there was a shark attack in Destin. But I can't really find
any.
And
they closed the beach down for a period of time. Get everybody out of the water.
They said they closed the beach down, but I can't find anything from like the city of Destin or Fort Walton that said a double red flag, purple flag. Beach is closed. And there's enough media around here that if somebody got bit by a shark, one of the news agencies would totally be picking that up and running with it, of course. But there was 2 shark attacks in 2 days down in Pernambuco Beach in Brazil, about 100 yards apart from each other.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I had told him earlier. They had called me. I got to leave after the show, and $10,000 for the head, the tail, the whole damn thing for $10,000.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah. Quinn was my uncle.
I think we need a bigger bolt.
Quinn was my uncle.
I think they picked the right guy.
Yeah, I'm heading out. You saw the damage I've had from sharks. I'm going to go get them. Hey,
get your revenge.
Yeah, what's going on locally in high school baseball? Nick has won some awards. His son has probably won more baseball awards I've ever seen one guy win. And a great player. I don't think he'll ever go to Auburn. I think he's going to go professional. But what's going on? What's the latest at Bay High School? Steve Moss told us Coach Hudson's out. What are you hearing? Who's any thing on who's getting that job or anything?
Well, I mean, I know I, for one, was extremely shocked when I heard about him getting fired. And the way it went down, I mean, it's not like they brought him in and had a conversation and said, hey, we're thinking about going in a different direction. It was what they call red letter day, where they give the teachers the non-renewal letters, and he just got the red letter telling him that he was not being renewed at Bay High School. I've talked to Jamie Bukowski, Bay's athletic director. We played them Tuesday, and they had someone in mind and essentially had offered this person the job. And this person decided to back out. He's a young guy, decided it wasn't right for him yet. So right now, Jamie is running the summer ball program, and Jamie just advertised on everything, FHSAA, all the websites, looking for a new baseball coach at Bay High School. So they're opening up the search, nationwide search, whoever they can find, get the best guy in there. So it's going to be a while before they have that locked in.
Tell you what, wherever Hudson's gone, he's turned around programs. He did a great job as a coach everywhere he's been.
Yeah,
I like him.
It was just shocking to hear that he got.
And we don't know all the details. It's who knows what's going on. But anyway, I thought if you have a did they get away from the continuing contracts or those?
Yeah, no. I mean, they did away with that back in when I first came to Bay County.
Oh, okay.
Back in 2007. So
I didn't even know
all of those guys, everybody in Bay County is basically on an annual contract. There were a few people grandfathered in that were in it before, but all of those are, retired and, not teaching anymore. So pretty much everybody in Bay County is on an annual contract now.
Well, I'm for that. I don't think you should have a continuing contract. Yeah. I think you have to perform every single day.
Yeah, it makes you lazy. You don't have to work. You're not being held accountable because they can't get rid of me. I think they should be able to get rid of you.
And somebody's asked me about our new superintendent. Hey, nobody's going to ever do what you want him to do all the time, but I think he's done a heck of a job. I look at the test scores, look at everything that's going on since he's been there. I think it's a heck of a lot better than what it was. So he's done a good job.
There's a lot of turmoil in Bay County education right now. A lot of people being moved around. Britt Smith leaving Arnold just kind of started a domino effect of principals having to move. Yeah, he retired. He lasting impact at Arnold High School, and he's being severely missed over there right now. I know there's a lot of people at Arnold that aren't too keen on all the changes that are happening over there. They really miss Britt, but it's hard to. When you have such a great principal like Britt, it's hard to recover when he leaves. It really is.
Yeah, and then when you got a new guy coming in, it's like coaches. When you go in, they're going to bring their own people. I get it.
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing, what he thinks best. So I get everything that's going on. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got some outstanding people, man. Jay Michaels Restaurant. We already talked about Jay Michaels. I love him. I think Netflix is going to do a story in his life. I cannot wait. Maybe I can star as Jay Michaels.
That would be great. I think you could pull it off.
I tell you one person I can't be like. I wish I could. Women love him, men fear him. Jason Kovaleski, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? We all do. I'm serious now. You need to get on with him, bro. I don't know if you have or not. Bay High School football team is knocking out they're getting strong. I'm telling you, man. I look at some of what they're benching is crazy over there. Well, they got Jason. Jason comes talk to them, tells them what they need to be eating, what they shouldn't eat, what they should eat, what vitamins to take, and creatine. And one time didn't want anybody to do with creatine. Then I found out, I talked to doctors, and they're going, it's gotten so much better. It's good.
Yes.
So anyway, if you're a coach out there, you need to get up with Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Get up with Jason Kovaleski. Let him come talk to your team. You'll be glad you did. John, Charlotte, I don't know if they're taking creatine, what they're doing, but they both look beautiful. It's amazing. They're wonderful people. Always give back to the community. Get out to one of the 4 newbies. Have a great time. Watch all the NCAA Super Regionals at Newbies 2. Head on down to the mothership and have a great time. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights.
Highway robbery!
But how about the unfiltered truth?
Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It saved baseball.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards, and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory, or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
You've been low-key thinking about dropping a podcast. Well, now is the time to start, brah. Sports, politics, finance, science, health, real estate, music, interviews, surfing, conspiracy theories, or alien abductions. Ready to main character your own content? We can make it happen with Turnkey Podcast Productions from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Our local, modern, state-of-the-art multimedia recording studio is now available for booking, starting at just $100 an episode. Take your fandom to the next level. For more information, text the keyword studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio 215-6290 or jam over to ESPNPC.com. Bruh.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bum, 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 bum. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! We just talked about Newby's. I didn't mention Newby's over in St. Andrews, the big, beautiful blue facility. That's Glenn Manley's hangout. Great place to have a great time. Got 4 great locations. John and Charlotte always give back community. Love them to death. Wonderful people. All right, we got a caller. Let's take Michael. Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing today?
Pretty good. Headed to work.
Well, what's your team, man? Who you love?
Virginia Tech.
All right. Well, what do you think about Coach getting that job, Coach Franklin? I think he's going to do a great job there.
I love what he's done so far. I mean, recruiting, he's nailing it right now.
You know, I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think he's got something to prove. Coach and I were just talking off the air. I always say it doesn't happen to you; it happens for you. You think it's the worst thing ever happened, getting fired at Penn State. He lands at Virginia Tech. I really think he's going to do something special there. I really do.
Yeah, I agree with you about him being hungry and has something to prove. You know, he's an angry man, you know, as far as coaching goes. So he's gonna go out there and do good things. Anybody
can win at Vandy, can win at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
I had a kid play for me. Dang it, I just went right out of my mind. Anyway, I had a kid go up and play at Virginia Tech, and they enjoyed it.
Was it when I was there?
No, this was a case a long time ago. It was back in the Cape, back in 2000. No, it was back in 1990-something, 94 or 5, something like that. I can't remember. Hey, I've coached so long ago, it's crazy. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. What do you got for us today?
We were talking about the NIL earlier, and I was trying to remember back when the first transfer portal sort of happened, like that made news. I think, wasn't that Lane Kiffin when he went to Ole Miss originally, and didn't he get a quarterback from like Oregon? And it sort of became a big deal when that guy transferred. But I was thinking, like, then they used the reason of if that school offered a class or a degree or something that your college didn't offer, wasn't that the way around it?
Yeah, they were something. I can't remember all the details, but they was some kind of BS where, do you remember that?
I kind of do. I'm trying to look it up because it does sound familiar.
Was it Ole Miss, though?
I don't remember.
I was thinking that he just went to Ole Miss, and that was the first player that I remember, like being big news that transferred.
You know what's sad about all of it? Like, in the old days, you grew up, like when Bowden was coaching at Florida State, everybody loved Florida State. You wanted to go to Florida State, play for a championship, play for Bobby Bowden. And now that's out the window. They just want to go make the money. And the poor kids, they believe these people, what they're telling them. As soon as they get hurt, as soon as their eligibility is over, and they don't have that college degree, nobody's going to care about them.
No, nobody cares.
It's a business. And you keep jumping ship, going to all these different schools, you're never going to get a college degree. If you're going to transfer, you need to do it the first year, and then you got to make the right choice, go, and then stay there, get that college degree, because sooner or later that NIL money is going to run out. You know, Trent Richardson played at Alabama and made a lot of money, but all the family, everybody picked him dry.
Yeah, and that happens. You know,
Yeah.
every cousin, every uncle, everybody's
Yeah.
you know coming with their hand open, wanting a handout from you because now all of a sudden you have money, and you know these guys end up just giving away a boatload of money.
I'm okay if they transfer one time if the coach leaves. Or you just got one transfer period. You go, made the wrong choice, you can leave one time. But then that should be it. I think that should be it. You made a commitment. You stick to your word. It should mean something. Stick it out. Life is tough. And then work towards getting that college degree. That's what it used to be, and it worked out pretty good for us. And now, look, we were talking about this earlier. Look at the work ethic. Heck, look at marriages. Nobody stays married. Brian's, how many times have you been married now? 20?
Yeah, 22.
20. I think my brother's got the record. You got to work at things. You got to try to make it work out.
Yeah, I saw my first game watching Virginia Tech in person was 1987. That was Frank Beamer's first year.
Well, I tell you what, I like Frank Beamer. I liked him because his special teams were incredible.
Oh, always best special teams.
I saw when Bobby Bowden that was his last game coaching against Virginia Tech, and him and Beamer was on the field together. And
well, heck,
I think maybe when Alabama played Georgia in the SEC championship, was that Saban's last year coaching?
Yeah, they lost to Michigan in the playoffs in the Rose Bowl. Yeah. You were at that one?
That game too. Yeah, I was at that one too.
Heck, I need to hang out with you.
You can go to a college football game, and it doesn't have to be your team just to experience the atmosphere and all that.
Yeah.
But
did you enjoy? Let me ask you: did you enjoy that Alabama Georgia game in Atlanta? I was at that game also. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Dang it, I had something to ask you.
Getting old.
I know. I am getting old.
I've watched Florida at South Carolina. Florida beat them at South Carolina. I've been to several games.
Did you go to the FSU Virginia Tech National Championship game in the Sugar Bowl?
No, I didn't get to go to that one.
Yeah.
I did get to, and I moved down here to Florida about a year and a half ago, and Virginia Tech played at Florida State last year, and that was one of my bucket list games to go to Florida State and see Osceola and Renegade, and that was a cool experience.
We played Florida State, and you know how they come out on the field, throw the spear in the ground.
Yeah.
Our cheerleaders took a bucket of water, threw it on the spear after they did it, and we got our president was upset, and I think Florida State was pretty upset too, and they got in a lot of trouble. I think Julie was part of that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Sounds like something
Virginia
she'd
Tech
do.
doesn't play Florida State this year, but they do play at Miami this year.
Where did you grow up at? Where did you grow up there? What town?
Southwest Virginia. I sent you the video the other day about my high school.
That was you? Yeah, that was you? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I saw that. That's
That
crazy.
boy that was from our school, he's the first big offer of big schools and all that from our school in history. And
That's pretty
he
cool.
narrowed it. He had 20-plus offers, and he narrowed it down to Virginia Tech and West Virginia, and he picked West Virginia.
Hey, do you know where Waynesboro, Virginia's at?
Waynesboro, Virginia.
It's right by the Shenandoah Valley.
I don't think I've been or heard of that.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle lived in that town. I think he was a butcher for years. And it's absolutely a little bitty town, beautiful. That Shenandoah Valley is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now that's probably far from where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right on I'm from the tip of Virginia, like where Kentucky, Tennessee.
How'd you get down here to Bay County?
I just decided to move and start fresh, and I work for Brandon at Recommended Collision.
Mm-hmm.
So I originally moved down here in 23, and my dad got sick. I was here about 3 months, and he passed away, so I moved back, and then I got moved back down here in 2025 in March.
You pretty happy here?
Yeah. Brandon told me, if you decide to come back, you still got a job here. And I called him up one day, and I said, hey, you need somebody to come work? And he said, yeah. When you coming? And I said, Wednesday.
Hey, that's good, man. That's good. I'm happy for you. Do you live on the beach or you live in town?
I did live in Panama City, but I live up in Chipley now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Gotcha.
I like Chipley.
Yeah, Chipley's a great
So
area.
every morning on my driving to work, I listen to you guys, and then when I go home, I listen to Paul Wilson.
Yeah.
I got about an hour drive, so I get,
Well, good. I tell you what, we certainly appreciate you listening to the station. I'll tell you that right now. I know he does, and we do. Well, listen, I got to take a break, man. I appreciate you calling and hang in there and call us during football. Call us anytime you want. We love talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. All right. Speaking of divorces, I told Julie that my brother been married a lot of times, and I said, now you can work at it and do what I tell you and stay married, or you gonna be by yourself.
Is that why you got that knot on top of your head? And is that when she hit you with that frying pan?
She knew, man. Hey, she knew. I wish I could play that song, James Brown's "Man's World." She gets it. I mean, all you women out there, you gotta understand that. Just do what you're told, and things will be all right.
I hope Julie's listening right now. I really do. I can't wait to talk to her after this show.
I know she's not. Anyway. All right, let's talk about some of our great people, man. We got Brian Norman on, the all-star coach from Bozeman Baseball. Turf Pro Pest Control, do you want that yard to look absolutely gorgeous? Yeah, we all do. You got bugs in the house, eating the yard up, and they're also getting into the house. They won't if you go Turf Pro Pest Control. Was he local? Yeah, I think he's local. His beautiful daughter's a cheerleader at Mosley. His son's going to be going there. Gorgeous wife, wonderful family, locals taking care of locals. That is Turf Pro Pest Control. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. TK Vandy Roofing General Contracting. Kyle Vandy Roof will be here tomorrow. Looking forward to that. You need a new roof or you need something built, a house, a business. It doesn't matter. They design it, they build it, commercial, residential. They do it all, and they are the best. Like Steve's Bike Shop, Steve Bertishaw, swim coach at Mosley. They've been in business since 1979. The best bike shop anywhere. And they'll deal with you. They got new and used electrical bikes are taking over the world. They got standard bikes. They got it all. Where are they located? Right across the street from Sam's. We're right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. Right now in sports, we're watching Shohei Ohtani in baseball and Wemby in basketball, but I kept thinking, watching him in this series, I kept thinking this. Is he going to render the MJ versus LeBron debate pointless? You're just arguing for second place all time.
The Herd. Weekdays 2 to 4. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Partly cloudy this afternoon, an evening with a wind around 14 miles per hour coming out of the east-southeast, and the high of 86. Tonight look for a moderate breeze and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 86 and mostly sunshine. Saturday, hot with a high of 85 and some sun. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Dad never had a loud kind of love. It was steady. It was showing up. It was letting you know I've got you without saying a word. This Father's Day, give him something he can wear every day with pride. At Coin and Bullion Reserve's Fine Jewelry on the corner of East Avenue and 15th Street, we'll help you find a piece that says thank you in a way that goes beyond simple words. For the man who held it all together, hold on to him.
This is Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control. Do you want a great-looking lawn? Call Turf Pro. We will come out to your property and make a customized plan for your lawn. Then we will do the most important part, execute that plan. Turf Pro is a locally owned and operated company. We take pride in making your lawn beautiful. Call Turf Pro. You will love your lawn. The blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Find us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
These men need inspiration.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
They're motivated by Vicodin and Road Skank.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Yeah, women, all you women out there, all you wives, just make sure that bacon's crispy. You'll be in pretty good shape. If it's not, Julie found out the hard way. It wasn't crispy the first time back in Lake Wells. The next morning, that thing was crispy.
Well, you better be careful because we know she's listening. She's already texting us about what you said earlier. So,
anyway, oh my God, we have a beautiful lady that listens to us every day. She won Gulf Coast tickets. Dog it, I'm starting to lose my mind. I forgot her name. But
wait, you had one?
Yeah, I lose it quite often, but. I'll try to think up during the show, but I hope she's listening. If you're listening, call us. She won Gulf Coast Jam tickets, and she had a great time. Randy gave her tickets when she came up in here.
Nice.
Anyway, I want to ask you about this College World Series baseball. These are teams that have won consecutive national championships. You go back to UCLA, they were really good. They really are good in softball. They were good this year, too. They won it 1984, 1985, 2 years in a row. Then they won it 3 years in a row, 1988, 1990. Then Arizona did it for 2 years, 1993, 94. They did it again, 96, 97. Then it goes back to UCLA to win it in 2003, 2004. And it goes back to Arizona. Those are the ones kind of dominating the sport nationally, 2006, 2007. Then the Florida Gators, they won it back-to-back, 2014, 2015. And then Oklahoma. It's better than what Saban did. This lady's incredible. I think she won 6 of them. She wins 2016, 2017. She's won more than 6, actually. 2021 through 2024, Oklahoma. Last night, which kind of surprised me, you saw the end of it, and honestly, I forgot all about the game. Laura, I spent the night last night, and we were cutting up with her. But Texas put it on, or they beat Texas Tech, and I saw those two pitchers early in the year for Texas Tech. I said, man, Alabama's have a hard time with them. They lost to them. And then Texas won last night. If Texas wins tonight, then they've won it 2 years in a row. Correct, James, right? They won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
That would be correct,
yeah. So they'll add their name to this list. It's not a whole lot of people on this list.
No, that's a pretty short list right there. But it just shows, you talk about those earlier teams, players sticking around, and that's what it takes. You get in softball, you get a really good pitcher, you keep her there for 2-3 years, and you have a chance to really do something. So, or
you do what Texas Tech did, and you go say, man, this lady here is unbelievable. We'll pay her whatever she wants to come to Texas Tech, like they did. That they got a lefty, and they got I forgot what year she is. They are incredible. So I'm expecting tonight's game to be really good. Texas wins, they win it all. Hey, all right, let's get off that. I want to ask you about Coach O. You love LSU. Coach O is back at LSU.
He is.
He's 64 years old. He was 15-0, national champ, maybe one of the greatest teams of all time.
Yes.
LSU 29. I know offensively they were. He was a key. Man, he can recruit like no other. Urban Meyer talked about him on his podcast. He goes, hey, he can be crazy, but I tell you what, that guy can recruit. Pete signed me at LSU. He's a legendary defensive line coach, NFL, and coach at LSU all his years. I listened to him on one of those LSU podcasts. I've got the guy's name. Pretty famous guy over there. But he goes, Ed can recruit like no other. So I think that's what they brought him in to do, is close the deal for recruiting. Him and Lane Kiffin work together. They know each other. I think they really love each other and respect one another. But he will be a key factor in bringing the elite players to LSU. He's only going to make $100,000 a year. But they also just got to pay him $17 million.
So.
But have you ever seen a school that will fire you one day and then bring you back? There's been 3 head coaches, I think, they've gone through this with them.
Yeah, I mean, Will Wade, they did it in basketball. Fired him, and now they brought him back. They brought Coach O back. You got to expect that kind of thing at LSU and in Louisiana. We love crazy over there, and that's why Coach O is such a great fit for that program, because everybody embraces his mentality and his craziness. We just love it. I saw a video of him bringing recruits through the tunnel, touching the wind bar, showing that, and just the passion and energy that he brings to that program is just so much fun to watch.
Coach O, if anybody can sell LSU, I don't know if anybody can sell LSU football better than him.
No, absolutely
or the state or anything else. He did a great job wherever he was at. Now, when he was the head coach of Ole Miss, it didn't work out, but he won a national championship. It just shows you what a great job LSU is. The last 3 or 4 head coaches have won national championship. Lane Kiffin can coach. I don't care, love him, hate him. The guy can coach. What he did at LSU, at Ole Miss was incredible. I coached football in that state. I played there at Southern. For him to win a national championship or get Ole Miss where they're at, playing that team, getting close to playing for a national championship, I think he can win one at LSU.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. He definitely has. He has everything he needs to win a national championship.
How long will they give him?
I think this year you think he's probably on the hot seat right off the bat. Not really to be fired, but he's got to produce. LSU needs to make the playoffs this year. We make the playoffs this year. Next year, I think we make a run at it. And but if he doesn't produce in three years, he's definitely going to be on the hot seat.
I got some information. I'm not sure it's correct because I think Bama has won every one of these bowl games. They came up with a number of different New Year's Six games, the big ones. There's 6 of them: Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl, Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Fiesta Bowl. Now, I don't know if they take the Fiesta Bowl when it was the playoff game. It still was the Fiesta Bowl, and Alabama beat Clemson. So Alabama did win all of them. I know they won the Rose Bowl. I know they won the Sugar Bowl more than anybody.
Yeah.
Peach Bowl. Maybe it's the Peach Bowl they hadn't won. No, they beat Washington, I thought, in the Peach Bowl in the playoff game. Maybe they didn't count that then.
Maybe
it was
not,
called
because
something
it was,
else.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But technically, they say there's only 2 teams to win all 6. Those teams were Miami and Texas. I'm going to say Bama's up there. I think they're wrong. Now, these are great football programs. There's 5 of them that won 5 of them, but not all 6. Tennessee, FSU, TCU. They said Alabama. LSU. Alabama's won them all. Georgia, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Penn State. And then they have 4. They've won 4 of them. And I thought LSU had more. LSU has won 4. Michigan, West Virginia, Michael probably like that, West Virginia, Nebraska, Clemson, Auburn, Georgia Tech, and Texas A&M. You're an LSU guy. I know they've won the Rose. I know they won the Sugar. I know they won the Cotton. Orange Bowl, they've had to win that one.
I remember them playing, like when I was young, playing in the Orange Bowl, and I'm fairly certain LSU has won the Orange Bowl. I'd have to look it up.
Which one have they not won?
The
Peach Bowl, they won.
The Peach Bowl, they won the
national
championship at the Peach Bowl, right?
Did they ever play in the Rose Bowl?
I don't remember LSU ever playing in the Rose Bowl.
So it must be the Rose Bowl.
Bowl.
And the only other one I can think of they hadn't won is the Fiesta Bowl.
Because for the longest time, wasn't the Rose Bowl, before we started the whole playoff thing, the Rose Bowl was just Big Ten and Pac.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, the SEC teams are going to have the least likelihood of winning any of those.
Yeah, so I think LSU had to be the Rose Bowl, and I would say the Fiesta Bowl. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember where they played in 2019 in the first round of the.
If you're on the list we're talking about now, you got a pretty good football program.
Oh, definitely. Those are some blue bloods on that list. No
Which
doubt
one's
about it.
Florida State not won? I thought they won them all too. Florida State.
Again, I would probably say Rose because
Rose
again
Bowl?
it was Pac and Big.
I know because I know for a fact they won the Sugar Bowl. We know they won the Rose Bowl. The Orange Bowl, and they had to have won the Cotton Bowl. You would think.
I would think so.
Yeah, it's either the Rose or Fiesta Bowl.
I would guess it would have to be one of those two. Definitely, it's got to be the Rose Bowl.
Does anybody know out there what game
Let us
Florida
know.
State's not won? We're talking about the Rose, Sugar, Peach, Orange, Cotton, Fiesta Bowl. There's one game they say Florida State has not won, and I don't know which one it is. If you're right. Well, they played. Wait a minute. They played Oregon out there in the. Oregon beat them. Oregon beat them in the Rose Bowl up there. That's when Jared and Mariah rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, LSU beat UCF in the Fiesta Bowl.
So what two did Florida State LSU not win?
I'm not. One's got to be the Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl, maybe it's the Peach. No, it couldn't be the Peach. Maybe it's the Cotton.
It could be the Cotton Bowl.
We got some people that know what's going on.
We have an answer from Mark.
Got it. Mark's got the answer. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's the Rose Bowl. Florida State won the Rose Bowl in a national championship game, so they didn't say that Alabama's in with that bowl. They won all the bowls.
So they just don't count it? Okay.
That's what they did, yeah. They just didn't count it. But
Okay.
if you'll remember, that's where Florida State beat Auburn, was in the Rose Bowl.
That's right. They did. They lost to Oregon, I think, out there in the Rose Bowl, but they beat Auburn.
That's right.
You're right. So they technically have won every one of them. Alabama and FSU's on that list and won all of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they won every major bowl.
Yeah. What? Do you know what LSU? Do you have any idea about LSU?
I'm looking up. LSU has won the Cotton Bowl 3 times. LSU, so it's not the Cotton
LSU
Bowl.
certainly won the Cotton Bowl. I would bet you it's the Rose Bowl, but LSU's probably never been to the Rose Bowl. Like when they if you think about it, that's probably what it is.
There might be something like he said. There might not say in the Peach Bowl counted because it was a playoff.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Rose for LSU looking through the list of all the bowl games they've been in.
Yeah. I thought Florida State won them all. I really did.
Yeah, they had that 14-year run where they went to all of them and they won all of them.
Yeah, that was incredible. Did they finish first or second 14 straight years, something like that? That's incredible.
They finished actually in the top 4 14 straight years.
That's insane.
Just think if they could kick field goals back in the day. They would have won so many national championships. The
if they'd have
biggest.
been a 14 playoff, they'd have probably won 3 or 4 more, yeah.
Do you remember back, I think it was 87 or something, Alabama had him convinced he was going to be the next coach at Alabama. And he's from Bobby's from Birmingham. And he walked in, and they had an interview. And then he didn't go. He said, the heck with this. He didn't go. And they fired the president of the university the next year because people wanted him. I thought he was going. Everybody was excited. Thought Bowden's come down. That was all breaking. And then he goes back to Tallahassee and signs his like a lifetime contract. Yeah. And if we would have got him then, we would have had – it'd have kept on rolling.
Yeah,
and we're still going those bad periods. Hey, thank you so much for the call. We got to take a break. Where do you live, Panama City Beach or on town?
No, I live in Panama City Beach. It's just I'm the guy that I call in every now and then. I travel all the time. I just got back again.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you're back in town. You doing good?
I'm wore out, but yeah, I'm all right.
Well, good.
I appreciate it.
I'm glad you're doing good. Call us back, okay? Thank you, sir.
Will do. Y'all have a good one.
You too, buddy. He's good. He's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Man, I love all these guys. They're incredible. You love Mexican food. We all love Mexican food. You know it. I know it. Brian Norman loves them. We all know Peppers over in town, the legendary Peppers Mexican Grill. We finally got one in Panama City Beach Parkway, and it's knocking a home run. People are loving it. Buy one, get one free. Draft beer, house margaritas, and every Monday, all you military personnel, you get a 10% discount. I got time for one more?
Yeah, why not?
Let's talk about if we got a boat. We don't want to take it to a marina and leave it there forever and pay all those high prices. Can somebody please come to our house?
Let's just call Florida Main, Coach. Call Florida Main. He comes to you. He fixed your 100-foot yacht in your backyard, man. You know
He
how
did a
good he
great
is.
job on that thing, man. That
Yeah,
Hatteras
that thing
I
is
got,
beautiful.
he did a great job. I got a couple of them. I tell you what, Jermaine Allen, give him a call, 850-851-4134. Call Mr. Allen, 850-851-4134. 4131. He'll come to you. It's going to save you big. Speaking of Allen, Austin Allen is back in Panama City working at Toyota. I love that boy. One of my favorite all-time players. He was over in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
He's back in Panama City.
That's awesome.
Love it, man. We'll be right back. Brian Norman, Big James, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Rich Eisen Show.
Give us 2 quick facts about sharks.
The great hammerhead, they have these pockets under their face that pick up the electromagnetic field that we all give
You've
off.
proven my point. Shay knows things about it.
Yeah. So, like, they can find you basically off your heartbeat, even if you're hiding. The Mako is the fastest shark in the water, and my most feared shark is the tiger shark because he eats everything.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 11 to 2. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Partly cloudy this afternoon, an evening with a wind around 14 miles per hour coming out of the east-southeast, and the high of 86. Tonight look for a moderate breeze and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 86 and mostly sunshine. Saturday, hot with a high of 85 and some sun. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better. Together, TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
The legendary Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, home for the most popular drink specials in town and now on the beach. Enjoy 2-for-1 house margaritas and draft beer all day, every day. 10% off on Military Mondays, and Tuesdays kids eat free with an adult. Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, now with 2 locations. Back Beach next to Home Depot and Highway 77.
I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention.
60% of the time, it works every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michaels studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Can't do it.
Come on, baby. Stand up. Put that hand on the heart.
No, not going to do it.
Baby.
Not going to do it.
You gotta love this. You absolutely have to love this. Yay, Alabama. Crimson Tide. Roll Tide. Roll. Alabama football. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love Jason. You talking about an honest, hardworking guy. Stevenson Air Conditioning. He graduated from Mosley High School. He starts a family business. It's exploded. If you're using anybody but locals, shame on you. You want the best that's going to take care of you. It's not going to try to take every penny out of your pocket. We've had guys that stopped me at J. Michael's restaurant and said, I listened to your show, I tried it, and I swear that you're right about Stevenson Air Conditioning. They didn't even charge Jason. They came out and fixed it. It wasn't a big deal. They didn't even charge him. And that cost him money driving to his business to do it. They are that good. They're just wonderful people. Stevenson Air Conditioning, not even close. Get it serviced right now before it gets even hotter. We did. It's running great. We sleep good. Matter of fact, I got cold last night. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1, not even close. Let's make sure we're using all the local people here, and they're wonderful people. Alabama baseball. I tell you what, I love the softball team. I like our baseball coach. I think he's doing a good job. They got an easy path. If they can get this one done, you know, you got Troy, Little Rock on the other side, Cal Poly, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Kansas. You look at that, and then you look down below, it's totally different. If Bama can get through there, if they can get hot and play and get some great pitching, who knows how far they can go. But let's just look at this one, St. John's. We saw what they did against FSU. When FSU hit that home run, I said, they're going to do it. They're going to come back and do it. Saw Bill, he was at the game, and we were talking about it. It just didn't happen. Florida State couldn't get it done. They couldn't finish the deal. What do you think? You know baseball more than anybody. Just give me your opinion about Alabama baseball team. How good is it? Do they have enough talent to do something special? Can they get to Omaha? Can they do anything at Omaha? Can they take care of St. John's?
I mean, I definitely think they're good enough to beat St. John's. I mean, St. John's came through a pretty tough regional, with Coastal Carolina and Florida State and all those guys. So St. John's is not a bad team, and baseball's a tough sport. Anybody can beat anybody in any day. It's not like, in football, you see a team getting off the bus and you know you're going to beat them. That doesn't happen in baseball. Baseball happens and people can win. But I really think with, like UCLA losing out and everything else, when you get to the College World Series, it's anybody's ball game this year. Yeah. There's no one dominant team that stands out in the field left that everybody's looking at and saying, hey, we got to beat these guys. They're the number one team and everything else. So I think if Alabama makes it to Omaha, they have a legitimate chance to win it all.
Yeah, I think it's an easier path for them than some of these other schools. You made a great point that there's, UCLA. We heard UCLA. They look at all the losses. The first game, how many upsets? Our picks were terrible. That shocked me. Remember, James, we were picking all the games. I don't think we were terrible.
Yeah, nobody did real great on that. No, that was a pretty bad bracket that everybody busted.
How does that happen? Because you would think NIL. Well, here you go. If you're not playing, you want to go where you can play. So everybody's got players now.
Everybody does have players, and it goes to pitching also. Pitching matchups are huge, and you might get one team thinking, I'm going to save my best guy for game 2 or game 3, and this team's throwing their number one guy. So pitching matchups make a big difference, and that's why you see a lot of upsets. You get a guy on the mound that's just on and can make a big difference.
Coach, talking about, too, these teams now, and I'm talking football, and I think baseball is the same thing. Kirby, I love Kirby Smart. I think he's the best coach out there right now. I love him. Jared, I had a kid playing right now. Jared would be going to Georgia to play for Kirby. But let me ask you this. He said these teams now that are winning these national championship football could play with the teams when he was defense coordinator at Alabama. He said we had so much NFL talent. We were so deep across the board that our backups were better than a lot of the teams that we played. He said these national championship teams could not play with those teams. And I think that's the same thing with baseball. You can't stockpile baseball teams now like you could. LSU, when they won it. Mississippi State, when they won theirs. They had a lot of good ball players. People want to play, so they're going to go somewhere else they can play.
Absolutely.
So, no, that's why I guess we're seeing these upsets.
Yeah, you do see that. I mean, if I'm not playing, I'm going somewhere else, definitely. So
we're also seeing better baseball players right now in college because of NIL money. Because nowadays, a kid gets drafted in the 4th or 5th round. It's like, okay, I can go play, rookie ball for $20,000 a year, or I can go pitch at LSU for $500,000.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. Does it seem to you, too, that baseball is getting more popular? I mean, it just seems like it's getting bigger and bigger.
I think it's getting more popular in terms, especially the college side of it, because we're just getting more and better players. And I think that is helping with the popularity of the sport, because now we're seeing guys going in quicker now because now they're getting drafted as a senior and getting to the league by the end of the season or the beginning of next season. We're not seeing that, okay, we're drafting this guy and 3 or 4 years later we see him, but that again is because of the NIL, because those kids get drafted now, in the 3rd, 4th round, and they go, no thanks, I'll go to college for 3 years. And then they get that development in college. They get drafted again because now they're eligible for draft again, and they're like, oh, well, now you're ready. Go to AAA for 5 games, and then we'll bring you up.
Yeah. I think baseball's extremely popular. This past weekend I was in Marietta, Georgia, for a baseball tournament, travel ball tournament. And when you're driving around the Atlanta area, you're seeing billboards for baseball academies and this and that and the other. Yeah. We were playing at the East Cobb baseball facility, which is kind of like the public sports complex, but it's owned by a private company. Perfect game. I mean, you got this multi-million-dollar facility owned by a private company, and you've got just teams just begging to get into these tournaments. And I think that travel ball and these kids playing a lot of competitive baseball is just creating a lot more interest in the sport. It's one of the good things that comes from travel ball is how many kids and how many families just love baseball because they're a part of it all the time.
You take your family. I tell you, the biggest regret, 2 things. Jared, that's my fault.
Should have beat him. You should have beat him more.
We were down Southwest Florida. He made the All-Star team. We went to Orlando, played a team from Russia. I mean, he was good. He could run, he could hit, and I'd want him to run track, lift weights, and play football.
Yeah.
And one of the things I regret, back when I played, I wish I'd kept playing baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the size for baseball. I wasn't that big of a football player.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I tell you what, I love this guy, the mayor, and there's only one mayor, Greg Bernicki.
Yeah.
Philip Griffin and Greg Bernicki are the legendary mayors of the state of Florida. There's no doubt about that. There'll probably be a series about Greg Bernicki on Netflix or something. The guy's life story is incredible. But he said that baseball is getting more popular because you can watch every single game on TV, and that's true.
Yeah.
You can watch a lot of baseball if you want to.
That's helping. MLB still needs to work on their blackout policies because they're really, really dumb.
Yeah.
You know, if they can get rid of that, that'd be great. But we are starting to see more games hit over-the-air markets, especially with the, crumbling of the sports television broadcasts that, were all those local sports. And we're actually now seeing, we can even watch the Braves here locally over the air if you can pick up some television.
Don't you think, too, because you can see so many now, you got more. Like we grew up, it was all Atlanta Braves.
Right.
We grew up in the South. It was the Atlanta Braves. Everybody wanted to be playing for the Braves, Hank Aaron, all that stuff. Now you see all these people down here. Of course, they move in from everywhere, but they got all these other different fans here. There's more than just Brave fans.
Yeah, definitely from all over the country, and a lot of people just love the sport because it's such an interesting thing to watch. It really is.
Yeah, I love high school baseball. I love college baseball though. Now I like college baseball more than pro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's different. You get those rivalry games and the intensity of a college baseball game. It just can't be beat. It's a lot of fun to watch.
And we've got so many. And the reason there's colleges getting, we got so many great high school baseball coaches throughout the country now. I always say there's more pressure on you guys to win than football. It used to be different, but I've seen it over the years change. There's more pressure on high school baseball coaches. Even in Mississippi. Alabama is about equal.
Yeah.
Florida, I think it's more on baseball now. Georgia's about equal. You got to win at both of them. But we got some great coaches around here. There's no doubt about that. Alabama updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love Jason. Locals taking care of locals. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Coach Brian Norman was talking about work on the field, and we're talking about it. You got to take care of yourself. You better put suntan lotion on. You better be wearing a hat. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. Thank goodness we got Dr. Ward. You can listen to Dr. Ward every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And I would tell all you coaches out there, too, swim coaches, Steve Burdishaw, all those guys, they need to be telling, and I know he does, they need to be telling your players to protect their skins because later on you're going to pay for it. Nobody told us about sunscreen. Nobody, we were out in it all the time, and now we're getting cut on all the time. And thank God we got Dr. Ward. I'm losing my voice. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Hey, Legend, before we start, I got a problem I got to ask you about. So last Saturday, I'm home, and I put on the Legend show, and I don't hear it.
We was off for the holiday.
I told Linda, I said, hey, let's put on Legend. Let's see what he's got to say. I want my money back.
They call us Mike and the Mad Dog of the Deep South, Paul.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Partly cloudy this afternoon, an evening with a wind around 14 miles per hour coming out of the east-southeast, and the high of 86. Tonight look for a moderate breeze and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 86 and mostly sunshine. Saturday, hot with a high of 85 and some sun. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better. Together, TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local from the J. Michaels Studio.
A lot more excitement is yet to come.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Oh, Eagle. Hey, Martha, Kenny, Jane, Jenna, Steve, Craig Seegers, Elizabeth, Steve. There's some amazing people. A lot of great Auburn fans down here. And again, I want to point out one of my favorite boys back in town. Austin Allen is back in Bay County. The legend. He scored a touchdown to Arnold, first touchdown. I don't know, it was 2000, 2001. We get a delay of game penalty for the extra point because he's on it. You know what he's doing? He's up in the stand signing autographs. We had to go get him and bring him back down the field.
That sounds about right.
Anyway, he's back with Toyota. I love those people, not Toyota, by the way. I bought so many cars from them. It's incredible. All right, let's talk about Auburn. Before we jump into – I want to get this in because I do want to get Auburn baseball. I want to talk a lot about Auburn baseball. And we got heck, 45 minutes. We got plenty of time to talk about everything else. Their players there are only a couple things on Auburn football I want to get in. There are only 3 players in SEC history to throw for 20 touchdowns and rush for 20 touchdowns or more in a single season. Who are they? One's from Auburn. Who was it?
So it's going to be Cam Newton.
Yes,
it's got to be Cam Newton.
The great. I don't care if you love him, hate him. That kid was unbelievable. The Heisman Trophy winner, national championship quarterback, Cam Newton. They were 2 other. One is a hero, maybe the greatest quarterback leader of all time. Who was he?
It would be Tim Tebow.
It would be Tim Tebow for the Florida Gators. The other one has been up for the Hall of Fame, and I don't know if he'll get in anytime soon. He was going to be on game day. He didn't show up. What SEC school is he from? He went into
Johnny Manziel.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Manziel.
Yes, sir. Those 3 guys are the only people to do that. Tim Tebow, 2007, passed for 3,286 yards and 32 touchdowns. Incredible. He rushed for 895 yards and 23 touchdowns. The incredible Tim Tebow. Cam Newton, national champs, 2010. He passed for 2,854 yards, threw for 32 touchdowns, and then he rushed for 1,473 yards for 20 touchdowns. Johnny Football, 2012, went to Tuscaloosa, won the Heisman on that day.
Yep.
He passed for 3,706 yards, 37 touchdowns. He rushed for 1,410 yards and 21 touchdowns.
Wow.
Actually, he did better than the other 2.
Yeah,
but,
that's impressive.
But he's having a hard time being selected into the College Football Hall of Fame. We have a group of people that are been up for it. He didn't get in. Will he this year? Only time will tell. But Auburn has 2 players on the Hall of Fame ballot. We just talked about him. Cam Newton, the Heisman Trophy quarterback. Cam Newton is second time to being on the ballot for the second straight year. Why he didn't make it last year, I have no idea. He is one of 2 SEC Heisman winners that are eligible for the Hall of Fame. The other one, I think, was Johnny Football.
Yeah.
SEC has produced 16 Heisman Trophy winners. 9 are in the College Football Hall of Fame. 1 eligible quarterback, an SEC quarterback, has not made it, and you know who I'm talking about, Texas A&M, Johnny Football. Yep. The other player was a great offensive lineman at Auburn, and that was Ed King. I think it's his first time to be up for the Heisman. If they don't put Cam Newton in the Hall of Fame, I don't care what Reggie Bush is in there, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush is in there. That's all you got to say. Yeah. Cam Newton should
he deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
I will never forget the LSU game played at Auburn, 2010. he made a couple runs, and I was like, you got to be kidding me.
He was amazing. It was
Without him, I don't think. Yeah, he was. They had the two best. They had the best defensive lineman in the country. He was the best defensive player in the country, and they had Cam Newton, the best offensive player. And Auburn wins the national championship. And who did they beat for it? Oregon. They beat Oregon on the last play of the game. They kick a field goal, beat Auburn. But all right, that's enough about Auburn football. Let's jump in to Auburn baseball. People thought I was absolutely crazy, and I looked like an idiot. Remember, I picked Auburn to win it all. They lose to Milwaukee, James, the first game.
Yep.
And I had some people teasing me about that. But what did they do? They had their backs against the wall. They played through it, and they win it all. And another thing about Auburn, man, when they hit that ball, they got some guys on that team that can crush a baseball. They got speed, and I think they got some pretty good pitching. I still think I got my pick, Auburn to win it all. Now they got Mississippi. They got Auburn's got Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah.
That's going to be tough. It's already sold out. Ole Miss travels well. It's going to be crazy. But the atmosphere at that baseball game the other night when they played Milwaukee for that last game, it was like being at a football game.
Yeah.
So I like Auburn. Tell me, you're the expert. What do you think about this Auburn baseball team?
Well, again, they're very talented. They have great pitching, and they really do crush the ball well. I think they're sitting in a really good spot right now. You know, they're playing Ole Miss. They beat Ole Miss. Then, you know, they'll be playing the winner of USC and North Carolina, I think, would be their first round. They've got a chance as a 4 seed to go in and win this whole thing because, you know, number 1, number 2 seeds, they're out of it. That opens the door, and I think Auburn's sitting in a really good spot to take advantage of it.
Go back to Alabama. Look who Alabama – you got that up there, who's going to be playing. If Alabama wins the Super Region.
Yes.
They got a lot easier shot to get into the final game than Auburn.
They would be playing the winner out of Kansas and Oklahoma. So, yeah, that is a much easier route.
Yeah.
So, you look at – I'm trying to look at West Virginia and Cal Poly. That's not that strong of a match. And, you know, the Troy Arkansas Little Rock game series, that's going to be interesting, you know, in Troy. That would be a lot of fun to watch. And it's just going to be a great super regional weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
If Southern would have taken care of business, if they had got out of there and got to Omaha, I was going to go. They've been there before.
Yeah.
I was going to go. Julie and I talked about it, said, let's go. Whatever it costs, we're going to go. And then hopefully we'd have had Southern Mississippi there, Auburn there, and Alabama there. That would have been incredible for me. And then hopefully, I'm hoping Georgia. I wouldn't mind Mississippi State being there. And, you know, after playing ball in the state of Mississippi, they got great baseball.
Yeah. Mississippi State's always had a really good program. You look, I think, 7 of the 16 teams in super regionals are SEC teams. So SEC has a really good chance of sending a lot of teams to the College World Series.
Well, all right, we got Auburn, Ole Miss. You like Auburn?
I do like Auburn. I really believe that they have a chance to win it all.
All right, let's go across. Let's go to Georgia, Mississippi State. I got a feeling. I just got a gut feeling. Mississippi State, even though Georgia seems unbeatable right now, that coach at Georgia has done an incredible job. They're playing at Georgia. But Mississippi State, they've been there, they've done it. I kind of like Mississippi State to pull the upset. I know that sounds stupid, but I had to pick one of them to be a crazy pick, so I picked that one.
I think that one comes down to game 1. You know, whoever wins game 1, I really think is going to win that series. So if Mississippi State could pull off the upset in game 1, then they have a legitimate shot to win it.
Do you think they do have a shot?
I do think they have a shot, but Georgia's good. Georgia's a solid team. They can. Georgia's a really good baseball
team. Doesn't it show you coaching is important?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that guy, what he's done is incredible.
Yes.
All right, let's go Texas, Oregon. To me, that's going to be a really good series right there.
Yeah.
I like Texas, though.
I like Texas. I definitely like Texas in that series.
All right. I watched USC. They're pretty good. I know the strength of schedule wasn't where some of these other schools were, but I like USC. They're at North Carolina. Who do you like in this one?
I've always been a North Carolina baseball fan. They've always had good programs. I'm going with North Carolina in that game.
All right, I'm going to write that. So you got Texas.
I got Texas.
You got
Auburn.
I
got North Carolina.
All right, let's stop. Right, go back to Mississippi State, Georgia.
I got Georgia. I think it's going to be a good series, but I got Georgia.
All right. Little Rock and Troy. Troy destroys Florida. Little Rock's good. I watched them get Southern Mississippi had the game won. They're leading in the ninth inning. They screw up. Southern Mississippi beat themselves in that game. They were leading Virginia. That was back and forth, high-scoring game, but their mistakes cost them there. They could very easily beat that. It makes me sick. But anyway, Troy, Little Rock, which two do you like in this one?
Man, I got to go with Troy. I'm just rooting for them in this series. I really am. I would love to see Troy win.
Cal Poly, I know nothing about.
Nothing.
West Virginia. Did you watch Kentucky? Man, Kentucky almost pulled that thing off.
Yeah.
That was a good series.
That was a good series.
I got West Virginia.
I got West Virginia in that one also.
West Virginia. Who you got? Oklahoma. I went to SEC.
Yeah, definitely going to Oklahoma in that series. Kansas is not a bad team, but I think Oklahoma can pull that one off.
And did you have Alabama or St. John's?
I got Alabama. Definitely Alabama.
James, you have anything different than what he's saying?
No, not really so far. I mean, it's for me. What I'm seeing is I like Virginia over Cal Poly. Definitely, I know nothing about Cal Poly. West Virginia's wasn't a bad games watching against Kentucky. I really enjoyed watching that. I'm going to go Kansas over Oklahoma. Just going to give it to the home team there. Should be still an exciting one. Troy, I got to pull for the localish team right now, so let's go Trojans. Alabama, of course, over St. John, but I do have a little bit of worry with that because St. John is coming in on such a great streak, and baseball is a streaky sport. You see it right now with the Cubs, 10 wins, and like 12 losses in a row now. So, I mean, it is streaky. So if Alabama can get the first one, they've got it.
I wanted FSU to be there. That would have been fun to go watch.
It would have been
FSU, Alabama.
Man, can you imagine in Omaha College World Series we see Alabama Auburn for the national championship?
That would be maybe that would happen.
If that happens, that would be so cool to see.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I got Auburn winning it all. I still think Auburn's going to.
If we can do that, can we do the show live? From Omaha.
I'm gonna tell you what now. I might go out there for that one.
We should just take the whole show.
Have you been out there?
I haven't been to one. I'll go with you. Let's go. Let's book our tickets.
I want to go. It would cost some money, but it'd be worth it.
It would be.
I mean, hell, you don't live forever.
Let's get ready to.
I just don't think I'm gonna lay on my deathbed going, dang, I should have made that one more radio show.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd rather travel.
Well, let's just take the show on the road, man.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Let's just do it.
Yeah,
we'll get Greg Bernicki to sponsor it.
Yeah, Jared and Jamie don't need any inheritance. You need to just go spend it all now.
I got to take care of my babies. I'm gonna leave everything to Grant, Johnny, Lorelei Layton.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's talk about some of our great people. We appreciate all of our wonderful sponsors. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. You want a great meal, man? Pat Prano, city commissioner over there, is incredible. I think it should be called mayor myself. But anyway, he's the best at what he does. His restaurant's unbelievable. They treat you like family. Go watch Texas Tech today for the championship, and then watch all the games this weekend, college playoff games. Or watch anything you want at Beef O'Brady's. Food's incredible. Atmosphere's second to none. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Also, don't forget about David Adams Designer Jewelry. Russ, Amber, Patrick, wonderful people. They are truly great people, man. Brian, you can go up there and put your wish list on the board. You walk in, you see your name, you see 2 or 3 things that you really want. Then they help you find this is what she wants, this is what her second list. That's a great thing. Go up there and tell your husband, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, this is what I want. Go see Dave, go see Russ and Amber or Patrick. They're going to help you out. That way the guy knows what to go get, and everybody's happy. They're right down the street, too. They're over there in Lynn Haven, right down the street. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. Don't put it off. It doesn't look right, feel right. Go see him. Listen to Dr. Ward every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We all love Mexican food. Yeah, we do. No doubt about that. Pepper's Mexican Grill, Panama City Beach Parkway. Buy one, get one free. Draft beer and margaritas. We'll be right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. How tough is LSU's football schedule this year? We're going to tell you when we get back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
players that you probably didn't realize were going to be contributors. Dylan Harper grew up right in front of us. De'Aaron Fox, rewarded after years in Sacramento. They have a fun team here. It's a good team, and I know people are going to get caught up in, well, who would the Knicks rather play? Well, it doesn't matter.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Experience a higher level of service. David Adamson Designer Jewelry has been providing you the very best of fine jewelry and repair in Lynn Haven for over 32 years. David has added Amber Anderson and Russ Klinger, names you've known and trusted in PCB for years with your fine jewelry and watch needs. Find that one-of-a-kind engagement ring, that special anniversary gift, or something colorful just for you. Amber and Russ will find it or build it for you. Serving Bay County and beyond in Lynn Haven at the corner of Ohio Avenue and 9th. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing.
He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
What's that shit at? And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida on an absolutely beautiful Thursday. I tell you what, yesterday was nice, man. Beautiful day yesterday. Got up this morning, it felt good out there early. It feels good right now, actually. The humidity's not that bad. So go have a great day on Panama City Beach. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Brian Norman, the not Hall of Fame, but the
one day
Coach of the Year. Yeah, heading that way. Listen, we have listeners out there upset with Brian Norman. He is not going to Epcot. This is the Rack Pat group, whatever this is.
Yeah, we got
all your fans are listening. They're mad because you're not going with them.
Yeah, we got our friend group, which includes James's son Jared. You know,
Jared Hale.
We make an annual trip, an annual pilgrimage out there to Epcot and have a good time out there. And I'm going to have to sit this one out this year. And
they've been doing this for years.
Yeah, I think this is 11 or 12 years. So it's a good time. We have a good time when we do this.
I think they spend a fortune. What they do, they go out there and they dress up different themes. One year they were like rock stars. Jared was Elvis. Everybody, who are you? He's ZZ Top. Then the other years this year I don't know what it is. Jared's going as the anchor man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like comedy movies is the theme for it and stuff.
What is Mariah? Does anybody know? I don't know.
I can't remember. I knew what it was, but I can't remember what she is now.
She was one year. She was a singer. Come on, she made movies. I can't think of her name. J-Lo.
Oh yeah,
remember she was J-Lo that one year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
but they have fun. They got a lot of people that go do that. They're crazy. One time, Jared dressed up like that movie star. There were people lined up to get his autograph because he looked like him.
Thought he was Matt Damon.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he was wearing a Matt Damon tank top that day too. So.
Crazy. All right, this is the third. This is done by CBS. They came up, and we focused in on the SEC teams. The third stretch of games. Now, the toughest schedule in the country. Now, we're talking 3 straight games. They looked at the 3 stretch games in a row. It had to be in a row. The toughest in the country. LSU came in number 3. On November 7th, at home, they're going to play the Alabama Crimson Tide. November 14th, the very next week at home, they got Texas. Man, if you got season tickets at LSU this year, you can make some money.
Yeah.
Then they're at Tennessee November 21st. That is brutal. That is brutal. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's take this phone call real quick. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I couldn't be better now that I got to hear that beautiful voice.
Well, I appreciate that, and I've heard yours. I slept a little late and joined you right in the Alabama update. Listen, I text you. I don't know if you opened it because it says possible spam from North Carolina, but but if Alabama and Auburn play each other in Omaha, I'm either going to be drunk or checked in. One or the other. You know what I'm saying?
I hope it happens. I hope it happens.
Well, actually, I think I can handle it because who doesn't like baseball without you gotta have a beer with it. You don't have to. You don't have to have a beer to have fun, but it helps. I got to tell you, is that Cal Poly San Luis Obispo that is playing West Virginia?
I do believe you're correct there. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna string together some Southern trivia for you real quick, which is a lot harder than who's the richest professional athlete who attended Cal Poly San Luis Obispo? Some would say he's a sportsman, not an athlete. That'll give you a hint that maybe it's in a.
So he's a golfer. So he's a golfer.
It's golf. He's a golfer. Yeah. It's Lauren Roberts, the boss of the boss.
Lauren Roberts. Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm going to take Lauren lives in Memphis. And for a while, he lived at Southwind, the site of the PGA Tour event, the FedEx, whatever. And his neighbor was none other than White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
Jason Williams,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So one day, Lauren's talking to Jay Willie, or whatever you want to call him, and he's talking like a rapper. He's throwing hands down and this and that, and doing his thing. And Lauren's just sitting there talking to him. I don't know if he's complaining about the HOA or whatever. And then I'll take it further. This is Southwind. This is a nice, it's not quite Bay. It's not Bay Point, but it's nice, Anyway, so I'm playing golf with a buddy of mine. It's all about race, This guy's a very good African-American amateur golfer, and I'm playing with him. He goes, Coach Mike, he said, I haven't seen any black people out here today. I said, well, first off, it's Monday. We're playing when the course is closed because it's cheaper. And I said, and if you'll wait, Penny Hardaway's mother's right up here on the 18th fairway, and we'll go ahead and talk to her. How about that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I like the fact that, and that's relevant. Lauren Roberts' baby's not all that relevant, but Jason Williams, he's been in the news lately. A super softball fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this about Lauren. He was smart enough not to send his children, I won't say what he's got because they're not public people, but he did not send them back to California. He sent them to another school that's often in the news, Southern Methodist University. So there you go.
SMU.
There's your Southern trivial thing.
Yes.
Trivia thing. It's very trivial, but I got to pull for Troy. Oh, one last trivia question, Coach Hale. I know you like to be on the cutting edge. Alabama has their first born in Alabama participant in the Stanley Cup final.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And it's final. Yeah, it's Nick Dowd, who was born in Huntsville.
Wow.
And kind of like of course, Coach Ross's son, I'm up there at UAH, he was what they call the Black Ace in the Stanley Cup final. The Black Ace, that's another great trivia question. I'm sorry I'm belching my sweet potato chips and my Cabernet Sauvignon. It's exciting me. Anyway, Coach Ross's son was the Black Ace, which means that's the one guy, he's your healthy scratch that never got to play. But Nick Dowd is not only, he's on the team that's already got a victory in their wallet.
Wow.
But, yeah, well, guess what, though? I lived over in North Carolina for more than a minute, so I'm for the Hurricanes. So, whatever. But I'll be happy. Well, there's former Predators. Anyway, I want you to get around to how many games LSU is going to lose, which I hope.
It's not going to be very many. It's going to be a low number.
Come on, man. You know how I feel about Kiffin, man. I love his daddy who defensive coordinated the game against Alabama back in Orange Bowl. We talked about that already this week. But I'm a big Monty Kiffin fan, who's dead, unfortunately. And I'm not a big Lane Kiffin fan. But y'all entertain your LA, hey, listen to me, Lower Alabama. Entertain your Louisiana State. You know, we almost went a whole conversation without you saying that.
I think this is the first time he's thrown that out there this entire show.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He doesn't have a lot to cheer about, but I got to tell him something. The most famous beach in Alabama is called Big Orange Beach. Go on!
I do got to make a quick correction to Mike. Jared Ross was actually the first player born in Alabama to play in the Stanley Cup. I know this because I played for his dad, Doug Ross, in Huntsville, Alabama.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
I did not know that. Dang, that's cool, man. Oh, and the beautiful young lady that won our tickets to Gulf Coast Jam, Sheila. I like Sheila. She listens to us. I really didn't think we had any females listening, and I found out we do. So Sheila, we love you.
You got one.
Yeah. Sheila, long as Leighton tells me to keep doing the show, I got to do it. She runs the show. Her and Lorelei. All right, let's get back to LSU football. That is pretty tough, man. You got Bama at home, big rival game. Texas is favored. They got a shot to win it all this year in national. If he doesn't win the national championship here, I think Stark's going to be in a little trouble. He better win something, the SEC or something. November 21st, Tennessee, which I think Tennessee is going to be good. They always seem to be. We'll come back to this. I want to go down this list. This is number 4 in the country. Mississippi State. On October 17th, they're going to play at LSU.
Yep.
October 24th, they're home versus Oklahoma. And listen to this. October 31st, they're at Texas. That's just as tough as LSU's, I think.
Yeah, it's not that is tough. Especially at Texas. You know.
And plus, you're Mississippi State. You're not LSU. There's a lot of different rosters there.
Yeah, definitely.
Auburn. Auburn came in 5th in the country, according to CBS, 3-game stretch, toughest in the country. October 17th, Georgia. They're at Georgia. I think Georgia got a shot to win it all this year if they can stay healthy. Then LSU's named in all these. Yep. October 24th, they're home versus LSU. And then October 31st, they're at Ole Miss. You could argue that one is just as tough as LSU. Those 3 right there are brutal. Let's look at the mighty Crimson Tide of Alabama when we get back. Alabama came in 7th in the nation, 3 toughest stretch college football. We'll go through all the SEC schools, and I also have Florida State where they ranked. But first, we got to talk about some of our great people. Turpo Pest Control. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Vandy, TK Vandy Roofing General Contracting. Listen to Kyle Vandegrift every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Steve Burdishaw. I think he's going to come in Monday, I think. Steve's Bike Shop, swim coach at Mosley, been in business since 1979. Nobody does a better job. And, of course, the great one, Stevenson Air Condition. Jason's unbelievable, graduated from Mosley High School. And then you got newbies, John and Charlotte, all the great things that they do. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. We'll be right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Only 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida could bring sports fans like you an app this powerful. The sports content you crave is always on. Live stream us everywhere you go. Now with upgraded programming and live game schedules, you'll always know when the Atlanta Braves and your favorite games are playing. Plus, interact with our local hosts in real time and so much more. The new app for the sports fanatic is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Partly cloudy this afternoon, an evening with a wind around 14 miles per hour coming out of the east-southeast, and the high of 86. Tonight look for a moderate breeze and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 86 and mostly sunshine. Saturday, hot with a high of 85 and some sun. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
KLA Builders is a general contractor based in Panama City Beach, specializing in home remodeling, renovations, and custom projects. KLA Builders offers services like kitchen and bathroom remodels, deck construction, and full home renovations. With a focus on craftsmanship and personalized service for residential projects, KLA Builders is turning client visions into reality. For a free estimate, call KLA Builders, 850-960-5115. That's 850-960-5115.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfurt Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is buttoned by CBS. Coming in at number 7 as the toughest 3-game stretch in college football, Alabama Crimson Tide. On October 10th, they'll be home playing Georgia. October 17th, the third Saturday, they go on the road to play Tennessee. That's going to be a tough football game. October 24th, they'll come home and play homecoming versus Texas A&M. That's 3 pretty tough ones right there. Coming at number 8, Texas A&M in the nation. On November 14th, they are they're home versus Tennessee. November 21st, they're at Oklahoma. And November 27th, they're home versus Texas. That's brutal right there. These are all you can pick any of these. Texas Longhorns came in number 9th in the nation. October 10th versus Oklahoma. October 17th, home versus Florida. October 21st, home versus Ole Miss. They're all at home.
Yeah,
that helps.
Yeah, Texas's home schedule is a pretty good home schedule for Texas this year.
I'd like to have season tickets to LSU. I'd like to see Texas and Alabama.
I know a guy that does.
Yeah,
So
I need two of those.
I got you, but yeah.
All right, at number 10, South Carolina. They don't have. He's on the hot seat. He's got to win.
On the hot seat.
October 24th, they're home versus Tennessee. October 31st, they're at Oklahoma. And then November 7th, they're home versus Texas A&M. Good luck keeping that job.
For real.
Now, Florida State Seminoles in the nation came in 14th. October 9th at Louisville. Louisville's going to be good.
Yes.
October 17th, a lot of people say they're going to win it all this year, Miami. Then October 31st, they're home versus Clemson. Two of those games on the road. Clemson at home. Dabo, they say, is on the hot seat. I think he's a great coach. I'd hate to see him.
He is a great coach, but I do believe he's on the hot seat. I mean,
you got to win.
You got to win.
Yeah.
I'll be at that first LSU Clemson game, and I can't wait for that game. It's going to be so much fun.
That's in Baton Rouge this year,
It is in Baton Rouge. Yeah. And, Lane Kiffin's debut, first game day is going to be there. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that game. It's already circled on my calendar. I think it's September 5th or something like that.
Who's going to be the quarterback?
It's a good question. They've been pretty quiet about it. You haven't heard a lot about that. So I think it's still a competition. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
The amount of money they're spending on the roster is incredible. They were getting off Lane. His is like 42. Heck, Texas is almost at 50. There are other schools paying more than LSU. He does a great job bringing kids in from all over. The kids like him. The kids will play for him. He's a good motivator. He got Coach O there. I think year one's going to – I always say year one's the hardest year, but I think he's going to do something good to year one.
It's going to be fun. I promise you that.
Yeah. You think they'll take care of business with Alabama at home?
I think so. Again, that's another game I have to go to. I can't wait to go to that game. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I think
when are we leaving?
I'll let you know.
I've never been to a Baton Rouge game with Bama, and Alabama used to own you guys at home.
Yes, it was horrible. I mean, what was it? 2 years ago they beat us pretty bad at home. It was.
You couldn't stop the quarterback run.
No,
the defense
couldn't at all.
Was lost.
It was bad. It was one of the worst LSU games I've ever been to in my life. But yeah, Alabama has always beaten LSU at LSU.
I told when everything was going on, And we used to have really good connections when Saban was there with the coaches and everything. And a lot of people said it's a done deal. He's going to Florida. And I heard one thing, and when I heard that, I said, it ain't going to happen. And it was the AD. Lane wants to be in control. He wants the pocketbooks to be filled in football and football only. But LSU got enough money to take care of everybody, I think.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of knew that that thing with him and Strickland probably wouldn't work.
No, I think that I honestly believe it was the right move for Lane to go to LSU.
For both schools, honestly.
Schools, absolutely.
Summerall do a great job at Florida. The two teams I keep saying is going to be really good next year. Not even talking about LSU. I'm talking about Auburn, and I'm talking about Florida. I think they're going to be good. I do.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. We them being good just makes the SEC stronger, and so everybody wants to see them be good.
All right, let me ask you this before we jump into what's going on locally here. They got to give credit to the Big Ten. They've won 3 national championships in a row. So if we're going to use all the things we've used in the past to throw it in their face, look at the bowl games, we won. Look at the national championships, we won. Well, they've done that. They beat us in the bowl games. They won it. So we got to say top end, they're the best. Overall, one thing that can save us is say, no, not overall, because we still send more players to the NFL than anybody.
Definitely.
So we can use the argument top to bottom, we're still the best.
That's right.
Top end is the Big Ten. I got to give it to them. It is.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 years in a row, they're really good football.
And I don't think the best team won it.
No,
I think Ohio State had the best talent than anybody.
Had a lot of talent, but Indiana just had an amazing year.
All right, let's talk about. You had talked about a couple of things I think people would like to hear. A lot of things going on in the Florida High School Athletic Association. A lot of new rule changes are being suggested. What are some of the things that could happen?
So the executive committee meets on Monday to vote on several changes for high school baseball. One of them that I've heard is they're going to move the season up a week. So the preseason classics will be played the last week of January, with the first regular season games being played the first week of February. And from what I've heard, if they do that, we're going to lose a week of practice. They're not going to push up the start date for practice by a week. So we're actually going to lose a week of practice, which, of course, I'm not very fond of. The other thing I'm hearing is that they are going to go away from the best 2 out of 3 series in the playoffs. I think
that's money.
I think it is. A lot of teams are complaining about how much it costs to travel to these away series. You're putting up kids up in a hotel for 2 or 3 nights. You're having to pay for buses, food, and everything else. So these playoff week 3-game series are costing teams a lot of money, and I think that has a big part of it.
All right, let's look at SEC football going this year. Is it LSU shock the world? They win the SEC championship, or do they play in it in year one? I do think they make the playoffs.
I do think they make the playoffs. I don't think LSU wins the SEC. I mean, if I were betting on it, I would put, my money would be on Texas to win the SEC this year.
I'm telling you now, Georgia's got more people coming back than anybody else. I think 15 to 70. Any way you look at it, they've had 70 guys play a lot.
Yeah.
If they can stay healthy, if the quarterback at Georgia, if they can hit the big plays, people talk about the question of receivers. If they hit a lot of big plays and they don't get hurt, look out for Georgia. But let's talk about Texas. If Stark doesn't win it, and if he didn't play for the SEC championship, doesn't get the playoffs, he gets knocked out the first round of the playoffs, they could fire him.
They really could. I mean, you talk about a hot seat, a successful program, a coach that's doing well. But there's a lot of high expectations for Texas this year, and if he doesn't come through, I think he's going to be in trouble.
And the word on the street, it's already out there. Alabama goes 7-5. They make a change. They already know who's coming to Bama. They're going to hate us even more after we steal their second head coach from LSU.
I mean,
you think you hated Nick?
Yeah, that would be really bad. But that buyout has got to be huge. What Alabama would have to pay to get him from there. But
money's no object.
Money's no object.
No, I think
that would. I tell you what, you might see a war between Louisiana, the state of Louisiana, and the state of Alabama.
Could you imagine
if
that
would be horrible.
That would be nuts. No, DeBoer. I really like Coach DeBoer. He's a good man. He's lost a lot of weight too. Good man. But does it fit in the SEC? Is that offense? You can't go into Baton Rouge and throw the ball every single play and beat them.
No,
you got to be able to run the ball.
LSU's DBU, and they're going to defend the pass well. You got to be able to run the ball.
And you got to keep LSU's offense off the field. When you go against a great offensive coach, the best thing is having a great defense, keeping them off the field. I think the defense is going to be pretty good, but when you throw the ball every play and when you have to punt and turn the ball over, your defense gets tired.
Those 3 and outs on series like that, you might be looking at taking less than a minute off the clock and you're turning the ball right back over to the other team.
I can't wait for SEC football because I just don't know what to expect from Bama. I know Georgia's going to be good. Texas is going to be good. I think LSU's going to be good. I know Florida's going to be a lot better. Auburn's going to be a lot better. Yes. One question, Texas A&M. A lot of people don't believe in that quarterback they got coming back. They had lost a lot of great NFL talent. I think like 9 guys in the NFL. But Elko can coach.
He can.
Is Texas A&M. They got money to replace the roster. I still think Texas A&M is going to be really good.
Yeah, that's going to be another interesting one to see what they come up with. I mean, and us playing 9 SEC games with this type of talent, I mean, the SEC is going to be brutal.
And I believe it's going to come back and bite us in the butt with the 12-team playoff.
Yep.
Strength of schedule. I don't trust them. I don't like it. I've said put Carl Franks on the committee, but I think our commissioner let us down in some ways. I know he's there to do what's best for the league, and that's money. I get that. The networks want to see another SEC game set of cupcakes.
Right.
I get it. But if you're a coach, yes, another 8 coaches are going to have another loss.
Yeah.
And the SEC is going to have another 8 losses.
Yep.
And we're going to eat each other up.
Just beating the brains out of each other.
And I'm going to tell you what, watch Ohio State this year. Their schedule's brutal also.
Yeah.
But they're loaded. Their roster's loaded.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think every SEC game this season is going to be fun to watch.
Hey, I want to thank you so much for what you do for high school athletes. I've watched you do it. We brought you in. Arnold did a great job with the kids. Kids love you. Great teacher. What was your degree in college? I forgot.
Kinesiology.
Yeah.
I'm certified to teach science, but I think this year I might be taking a PE job, so take a little bit of off my plate.
Yeah. But what a great job you do with the kids, developing young men to be better in life, to be great students, to be great people, and to be great athletes. You do a great job with that. And you're the coach of the year, so I love that. And baseball coaches here, I say it all the time. And I will say South Walton. When Nick over at South Walton, they got some great coaches on South Walton also. But Bay County, Doug Lee, Hudson, now he's out. Coffin, he does a great job.
Coffin has done an amazing
everybody
job.
Across the board just got great coaches here.
Jones over at Arnold. I mean, we have a lot of good coaches in this.
Well, everybody says Jones taught you everything. Now, I know you were telling me you were teaching him.
I was teaching him, but Jones is a great guy. I loved coaching with him. Now I love beating him.
There you go. I will be out tomorrow. I got to go to Birmingham. Brian will be here. Jason Kovaleski, Kyle Vandergriff. And the big one is Jeff Spiegel out of Birmingham, Alabama. And James will be here. Hey, thanks so much. We'll get you back on there in some. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
While other radio stations are playing national contests with winners in Timbuktu, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has real local winners.
Hi, this is Dave Neat from Panama City Beach.
Bona fide and certified local.
Man, that's fantastic. Oh, my goodness.
Keep listening to Win on the Gulf Coast.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
I just won $250 from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Thursday. Partly cloudy this afternoon, an evening with a wind around 14 miles per hour coming out of the east-southeast, and the high of 86. Tonight look for a moderate breeze and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 86 and mostly sunshine. Saturday, hot with a high of 85 and some sun. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the